what was the first thing that you've seen in no festival? The very first scene that you realized something is going wrong.
Um, so the first was obviously the rockets. Um,
What? Which rockets? Tell me.
Basically, me and my friends, we got to the festival at around 1 a.m. And typically with festivals like these, they go from 24 hours to 3 days. So on the festival grounds, they have an area for you to build your campsite with your friends because you're not going to dance for 24 hours to 3 days. You need a place to rest, to relax, to laugh with your friends, to have snacks, to drink some water. So people bring tents and camping chairs and sleeping bags and blankets and sheets and whatever, and they build their little campsite with their
And it's
friends.
it's
So
1 a.m. 6th of October, or I want to get the timeline.
it's technically 7th of October already. It's like 1 a.m., 7th of October.
And when did the massacre happen? I mean, when did
It
it start?
started at 6:29. That's when the rockets started.
Okay, go for it.
So we get there at 1. At around 3, my three friends that I came with, they wanted to go to the campsite and sleep for a few hours and wake up for the sunrise. Because with these festivals, the sunrise is the most exciting part. It's the most beautiful part to see that beautiful sunrise while you're dancing. So we went to sleep at around 3:30 and then we woke up to the rockets. In the beginning, a lot of people they weren't nervous, they weren't scared because in Israel, rockets is a common thing. This isn't something that people like, they don't stop everything that they're doing when they see a few rockets because it's a very common thing to happen in Israel, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah,
But
Middle
yeah, so
East
when
is
we
for profis, you know. Rocket is, just in Middle East you can say,
it
rocket is a
was just
typical
a few
thing.
rockets, whatever. Yeah.
Um,
And so when we saw the first rockets, people thought it would just be a few and the party would continue. We didn't think that this would be we had no idea of knowing what was coming next. And a lot of people asked me, why didn't you start running right away? And I would have to explain to people that for Israelis, if they would stop everything that they were doing when a few rockets were coming towards them, then they wouldn't get anything done. And a perfect example of this was since the war started, I've been back to Israel many times. And I've experienced rockets many times since then. And I remember there were many times where I was sitting at my desk and I was doing work for my computer, and suddenly alarms are going off, and you have to run to the bomb shelter. And you go to the bomb shelter, you wait 10 minutes to make sure another rocket isn't coming. And then you go back to your desk and you go on with your day like everything's normal, like nothing happened. So so we saw the first rockets and we thought it would just be a few and we thought everything would be okay. But obviously the rockets continued, and then the festival security, they shut off the music. They tell everyone to start evacuating to their cars. We go to our cars. We try to leave. We're in bumper to bumper traffic because it's thousands of people all trying to leave at the same time. And about 5 or 10 minutes into driving, the festival security tells everyone to start pulling their cars over and to get out of their cars and start running. And we didn't understand why are they telling us to run from rockets? It doesn't make any sense. But we listen to them. We pull our car over, and like a few seconds after we pulled the car over, that's when we heard the first gunshots. And right away, you realize it's not just rockets. You realize there's terrorists in Israel right next to you. They have guns and they're coming for you. And right away, we opened our doors. We started running from the car. Everyone around us is also running. And nobody knows what direction to run in. Nobody knows where they're coming from. Nobody knows what direction is the direction of safety. And that's like when we heard the gunshots, that was the first moment where we really realized what's happening.